Time
He must
marches
have, right?
on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
It's me. I'm sleeping now. That's cute.
Okay, all our preparations are just about set. Now that this is actually happening, I've got some pre-show jitters.
All this royalty? It always felt they lived in a different world to the likes of me. Never figured I'd be walking alongside one myself.
'Tis proof that bloodline decides nothing. We are one people living in a shared world.
Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say?
No, stand strong to the
We
end.
can't give up. Stand strong to the end.
Of course. No way we're losing here. I've got the fire in me eyes now.
About the new stuff you've felt and learned since becoming the prince. Can I ask you one more thing?
Sure.
Why is it that you want to be king? It's not about honor or power, is it?
To protect my country and its people.
I want to protect this country and its people.
'Tis the answer I hoped for. As your knight, I will ever serve you with all my soul and ability.
Well, I guess this means we're ready as we're gonna be.
So we're heading back to the
Let's
capital.
move.
Yeah, let's get back to Grand Trad. We'll stop Luis this time for sure. Let's go. I doubt all in Grand Trad will get us a warm reception. Still, should we choose not to fight, then Luis's victims only pile higher.
Yeah.
Easy to say we'll help anyone, but doing it's a whole nother thing. All the more reason we gotta prove we're serious by putting our lives on the line. We lead by example. Besides, it won't be the first time we've crawled our way up from the bottom.
After having made so many sacrifices, the group has gained new powers and ascertained new truth. Their arch
This was a very heavy episode.
already has one hand on the throne. Even so,
Really
they
heavy
march
stream.
ever forward, spirits rekindled by battle. They head to Grand Trad, for the fight is far from over.
That Elden boy is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Where's the army guy gone?
Speaking of which, I don't see the general. The voice of the pro-Luis faction became too overwhelming. He was ultimately forced out of his position. Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why is it that Luis alone is reaping the benefits?
He outplayed you, that's all there is to it.
The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've certainly relied on that ourselves.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas, what can we do?
Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us?
Oh,
We'd be
yeah.
the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
Is this really the time for idle chit-chat?
That one?
Who are you?
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in for a word since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive.
What? Since when is he like a connected political figure?
Well then, let us depart.
Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an unexpected snag. I killed the prince in the Elven village. I confirmed his death, yet it appears the boy candidate has merged with his corpse. It seems the prince is now resurrected.
Resurrected?
Yes, and what's more, the boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently and then returning to his corporeal body.
I see. So his ideal form was spun from Magla. Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase may finally come to an end. My nemesis awaits.
Nemesis?
Lord Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates you? Yeah, I won't let it end like this. I have to do better. I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I am worthy of his gaze.
We'll soon be arriving above the royal capital.
Excellent. As planned, increase altitude and enter the royal palace in the sky.
Are you certain? We'll be heading directly to His Majesty, the former king, and...
Rest assured, that old fool is powerless to stop me now. Proceed.
Understood.
Let the final banquet begin.
Banquet? What does he mean, banquet? Who's eating? Or is this where he unleashes the humans on?
Come on, any takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver coin could turn into mountains of reef.
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Oh no, of course not. I'm just saying.
I'll call that bet. All in on His Highness the Prince.
A Sanctus bigwig gambling away his tides? This really is the end of the world. Didn't know his esteemed princeliness had any supporters left. I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news? The times we live in, I'll tell you.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take
He's
much
trying to
for you
help
to
us,
buy
damn.
everything Luis was selling.
Blue Aegis, it does look like Blue Aegis. Batman has been in our corner since like the start.
The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis orchestrated the entire thing?
Oi, churchman. You saying Count Luis lied to us? You think he cast some big illusion?
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power more dangerous than that? Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things one after another?
So he's creating the monsters to then kill them. Wow.
Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows
I never
in
thought about
advance
that.
where these monsters will appear to cause havoc.
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
All right. Let's keep things civil, eh? No sense becoming a monster yourself.
Oi! What's all this fuss about? Damn it! When Count Luis is king, you'll all be the first at the gallows. You'll die just like Forden.
Well,
What, these guys think that they're gonna
probably
survive?
just as anxious as the rest of us. All that yelling and thrashing helps fight it off. Humans have been sighted near the capital, after all.
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now, but this might be the spark that lights the kindling. Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo have always struggled to understand the appeal.
Even then, everyone's on edge. They'll jump at any excuse to argue and snarl at each other. Never seen it this bad. Not normal, I say.
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand. If we don't find some common ground soon, it'll collapse beneath us. Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. Only one place he could be. All eyes are on his Skyrunner as it rises to the flying palace. What are we about to see?
Yeah, Badland's been a bro the whole time. I'm kind of surprised he's not a follower.
Ah, the royal palace. It's been a while. Do you hear me,
O king, stubborn and deathless. This country is distorted. You and the other titled authorities decide who grows fat and who is devoured. The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. That is peace, but not order. Hand over the royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change, and I will provide it.
Thou impertinent faith breaker, hast thou no shame in preempting the day of judgment?
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing. Just an ordinary, broken old man.
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic? To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
Yeah, there's still time until the tournament, quote-unquote, was supposed to end, right? I can't remember when it was supposed to end.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets? Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people can use it? Listen well, O king. The truth behind the royal magic.
Nope. We don't get to hear it.
So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin. In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
How didst thou learn of this?
How?
Thou art elder.
We figured that out
You
already.
were not always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctum, I saw and knew the passion in your heart. And yet, what happened to our village? What happened to this country?
Oh.
You
So
cannot
just pure
stop
elder.
me any longer.
Just disguise.
Nor can anyone else. Save one lone possibility.
Talk about a final boss arena. That's definitely where we're going to be fighting at the
Snatching
end.
victory from the maw of catastrophe, the party descends again on the royal capital, Grand Trad. But they are greeted only by ominous skies. Their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the Gauntlet Runner comes to a quiet stop.
Break the pro tag throwing away headset.
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Isn't that... Oi! That monster boy's come back!
Ah, that's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
That's not me. I've got a different hair color and different eye color.
A more aggressive welcome than I expected. Would any introductions help them to understand?
It's useless. Words are cheap. Still, we should walk with pride instead of trying to keep our heads down.
True enough.
His Royal Highness, the Prince, returns! Luis distorted his form through strange and terrible magics, but the curse is now dispelled. His true form has been restored!
Oi, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why in His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed?
Cause he's an imposter! Just like Count Louise said! You'll not fool us again, beast!
Oi! Calm down.
At least listen.
And you! Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis, even the thick one. He took in a Paripus like you, and you spit on him! Scum! Only thing traitors deserve is a tight rope and a stiff beam. And you want us to support the prince?
Lady Juna, I can't believe this! I admired you! Why would you risk dying alongside some fake prince?
I don't intend on dying with anyone. Besides, I'm still me, whoever I'm standing with.
Hey, you chief! Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're with this pack of throne chasers. Shame. Shame!
Mustari girl! You ungrateful pagan! Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you! How dare you strike out at him? They're all traitors, I say!
He did not bring down the Sanctus Church for them. He brought it down for his own benefit.
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions, and nothing else.
We'll have your heads on pikes soon enough. Leave! Get out of our royal capital!
If they're just monsters, we can deal with them ourselves. How about it?
This is bad. They really are out for our blood. Has everyone gone insane?
Oi! Over here! Don't bother with them! No talking this one out. You need to run! Now!
Racist all over again. Yeah, we've been dealing with that since the start of the game. Bro, Battling is an absolute chad.
We weren't away from the city that long. What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds. After all, a monster entered into their society disguised as a person.
No, that's not...
I know. It's not true.
That's how it appears, yeah.
But truth and how it appears to the citizens are different beasts. Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before. The royal capital's populace is unused to danger, so they've become suspicious of each other. How fares your neighbor? Do you run in circles with monsters in disguise? Are questions on the tip of every tongue. Ever since Forden's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and nobody knows how he'll react to those who defy him if push comes to shove.
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless, and they cling to Luis as a savior, rather than the devil he is.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection. So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him would be imprudent, as it puts their safety at risk.
Then we're stuffed. He won't save anyone, and oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true then. I had my suspicions, but it's still a bit of a jolt. This all said, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing in the people now has been in the works for some time.
These feelings have been brewing for a long time. It's just that now they have the opportunity to strike out because all of the social order has been destroyed.
Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest? The Sanctus Church bent it to its whim, and I abetted that. To my shame. Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse, but I'd only looked to others for change. Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had. Even if there's no malice to it, it's a dangerous thing. Hard to think clear when your mind's a muddy stream.
We've been told Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Kind of ironic. But we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now, shall we?
Okay. Nearest sitting back to the Gauntlet Runner. It seems like the city's calmed down, at least a tiny bit. I'd have a hard time wrecking out Gauntlet Runner, but we still shouldn't chance it. We should make our way over to the Hushed Honeybee. Everyone else has already gone ahead. Oh boy, they started lynching people. That's great.
Let's move.
We've cleared everyone out. Let's hurry inside. Oh, what's that weather effect? The red sun.
Everyone, I'm glad you made it back in one piece. Since you left, Luis's following has only grown.
Have you changed? You're still the same person, aren't you?
'Tis quite a story.
Yes, I am.
But it deserves explaining.
Still the same old Kaz.
Alright, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. I had thought all this business with declaring yourself the prince was a well-meaning bluff. But under the deception, you were, in fact, the actual prince. Is that right? Still, I mean, how do you get the whole country to believe your story? Is that even possible?
Try.
Frankly, I doubt it. We've just seen firsthand how far we'll get trying to talk the people down.
What, when Okamura died?
Then what will you do? If this goes on...
It is very similar to that. How, like, everyone starts turning against you.
But you're still you, yes?
Yes.
You came to help everyone, just like you helped me before, right?
That's right.
Yes, that's right. It'll all turn out fine.
Good.
I see. So, even if no one believes you, you're still determined to settle the score with Luis head on?
Even so, the gulf between us is wider than ever. The people have all but named him their champion. With so little time, a guileless appeal to the public may fall on deaf ears.
Hard luck for the honest knight. There's not much room left for civil debate now that Luis is openly advocating killing his opposition. Well, that ship sailed when the king's magic faded. Anyway, if there is a key to turning the tide, first place I'd look is the castle in the sky. You saw how violent and volatile the city folk are now, but I don't think it's as simple as fearing Luis. I've been keeping an eye on the royal capital while you were off on your jaunt through the woods. Frankly, the change in public sentiment was too sudden, unnatural.
He's using magic to change people.
It's as if they've been collectively drained of their sanity, and if I had to guess what's causing it...
You're implying it's Luis's doing? All the eeriness in the sky. Is that because...
Don't know, but the change in the citizens is certainly odd. If something really is forcing it, that means we might still have a chance to fix it.
What Luis is doing in the royal palace, whether or not he truly desires a world overrun by humans, we won't know his mind until we confront him.
On the other hand, it may well be bait for a trap.
There must be
There's gotta
something
be
up
something
there.
up there.
Then it's settled. Head to the royal palace and put a stop to whatever Luis is cooking up. With that Skyrunner, you're the only ones who can. And we'll fight in the ways we can too. We'll make sure the whole kingdom hears that the real prince is back after all the strife he's been through.
Indeed.
People love an underdog
If
story.
you can make things better, you might just inspire everyone to remember their own hopes and dreams. Maria's been terribly patient, waiting for you and believing in you. It'd be nice to see her smile again.
Right.
If Luis is behind all these disturbances, then stopping him will only help us in the approval ratings. If we can restore civility and rational thought, it'll pave the way to defeating Luis. We must press on with faith in him.
I'll always believe in you. We'll all do our best, so you can be a good king.
Indeed. If we win, I suppose you really will be king.
We're counting on you, O king.
'Tis too late today for a grand charge, I fear. Let us take a night's rest, and on the morrow, we make for the castle.
What to pick?
Let's talk to everybody.
You.
Who would have believed that you were His Highness, the actual prince? I apologize for the less than royal accommodations, but try to have a good rest regardless. I really don't want to be around the people outside because they're so weird lately. The people in here feel nice and warm, though. I wonder why. It's like there's this optimism in here. And it's gotten stronger since you came in, actually. I can feel people's hearts unwinding. Pretty amazing. What kind of magic is that? I wish the people outside were like this. Just like that, they were gone. Oh, the fairy disappeared.
Oh,
no matter what happens, you're still you to me, mister. I'm gonna keep cheering you on forever. No matter what I say, the people of Grand Trad are going to look down on you. It's times like these where your actions will speak louder than your words. When they see you stand up to Luis, it'll be plain who's in the right. Speaking of, I do still want to finish Soul Hacker first.
The freedom of a wanderer.
Okay. There's something foul in the air of Grand Trad. Everyone seems so anxious. Those who oppose us do so with fervor, but there are also those who believe in us. We must press on.
Oh, hell.
Everyone is filled with so much anxiety, now they don't know what to do. Public sentiment is very volatile at times like these. There's still a way to win. It's so different from when you were last in Grand Trad. Everyone's staring at you with such disdain in their eyes. You must remember you've still got the people on your side, Kaz. Let's just do what we can.
Your Highness.
And so His Highness returns to the royal capital in triumph and glory. In truth, I'd like to have welcomed him back with a grand feast. Ah well, the day shall come when the people too celebrate you in grand fashion. My spear is ever ready to ensure that day comes. Hello, boys.
Honestly.
First you were Count Luis's subordinate, then a false prince, and now you have awakened as his true highness. None have walked so strange a path as you, and after all this you still mean to be king.
Come on.
Some turnaround, eh? Last time we were here, the people were falling over themselves to welcome you. Now the only thing I see in their eyes is fear. Damn it, people. Even if Kaz turned into a monster, Luis is the one making him. That's a fair bit scary if you ask me. That's right. The bed is bigger and softer than the bunks in the Gauntlet Runner. Maybe it's time to call it a night. Let's rest.
Good night.
Rest well.
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 31 days remain.
31 days. That's our deadline, I suppose.
To all the people who dwell in this land,
this voice?
Soon, naught but 1 month will remain. On the dawn of the day of the hero, the one who has inspired the greatest faith of the people shall inherit the kingdom. I bid thee forget not these words.
Okay.
Wasn't expecting to wake up to such a spectacle. But I suppose that confirms it. This is where it ends.
Luis has already fortified himself behind the palace walls. Good thing we've got a Skyrunner, or it'd already be over for us.
Or perhaps it is us he has been waiting for all this time.
However disturbing the world looks now, 'tis only a prelude to the deadland Luis strives for.
Sky looks proper hellish already. And with all the humans out there, it's no wonder everyone's losing their grip.
Well, he wanted a fair world where strength decides everything. Funny how that's indistinguishable from absolute chaos.
But it's Luis who has the most support right now. And that wasn't born of deception. He broke the nation's order, and everyone knows it.
True enough. That's what got Ardell and I dreaming to begin with. Figured a world where the poor and weak get trampled on was a world worth breaking.
Understandable, but I don't think that.
What do we all stand for, really?
Hope.
Maybe hope.
A little broad, don't you think? I don't really know what everyone's talking about, but everyone who's seen you and your friends say you're amazing. You make them really, really happy.
Thanks, Maria.
Because, you know, you've got all the tribes in your team. Everyone's different, but you keep working together and doing great. You're so cool.
A fair point. You're quite right, Maria. It is a hard thing to word, so forgive my fumbling. But perhaps it is a matter of standing for something Luis does not believe exists. We must prove that it does.
If you keep on believing in what you want, and you keep on working hard for it, it will come true.
I hope so.
That's right, love. I can think of plenty of people who would be much happier if they took a page from your book.
I see now. This is surely the essence of true magic.
Best of luck, Your Highness. After all those speeches about taking the throne, it'll be awfully irresponsible to go dying on us now.
If Luis claims victory, everyone will be sacrificed in his wake. We have to prevent that from happening. Whatever Luis is doing in the Royal Palace has to be stopped as soon as possible, and it's up to us to do it.
Great, thank you.
Well, we'd best keep an eye on the calendar. The King's deadline was the dawn of the Day of the Hero, so we've got until the day before. And that won't be the end of things either. Even if people come to their senses, it would amount to nothing if Luis sits upon the throne. Personally, I think we should prioritize our main objective here. I'm sure we'd get it done, but we have to make sure we have at least one day to spare before the Day of the Hero.
We've got a few days left, so it's up to you how we spend them. When we set off, let's do it with no regrets.
So are we required to...
So Luis is hiding in the floating royal palace here. We have to stop him. I won't accept King Luis. That's...
Let's put an end to this.
Skybound Avatar Conquest. Head to the Royal Palace in the sky to save the world from being driven into madness by Luis. This man with his ruinous aspirations for the throne must not succeed. For the future must not succeed the throne. A mission with a deadline has begun to challenge the airborne palace, depart from the round table and the gauntlet runner. Due to magnet disturbances throughout the kingdom, the entire country is experiencing dread weather. If it isn't bad enough, be cautious of an inclement weather called light. The abilities of your followers and the support will be indispensable when it comes to surpassing Luis and being crowned new king. Use this time to ensure you have no regrets when you depart. Prevent Luis's destructive vision and rescue the kingdom's future before the day of the hero arrives.
So?
You need to be absolutely sure that you're ready for anything before we head in. This place has definitely changed from the last time we were here.
Smash it all to bits.
Oh, we can actually talk to Barden, okay.
Alright then. Isn't he?
Yeah, I was gonna say the main thing I want to do is quests. How many minutes did the story take from the Sanctum to here? It's been quite a while. Alright, I think I'm just gonna grab all the quests and then we'll probably leave it for now. Or at least some of the quests. What do you have to say? What's this? No, you're on... No, never mind. If you come to sell mag, I don't care who you are. That reminds me, Lady Lacowan told me to give you the best mag rate I can. Never had this happen before. 8? 8? That's pathetic.
Hello.
That outfit, aren't you the candidate who claims to be the prince? If you are so possessed of prince's skills, I have a task for you. It's a place from some disturbance called Mount Volcano. Could I ask you to look for the War King's legendary greatsword there? The story goes that ages ago, the War King united the land under his exemplary leadership. Even the sword he carried became the stuff of legends. It's said to be stunning, awe-inspiring craftsmanship. I've travelled many leagues in hopes of seeing it. In fact, it's been 10 years since I first set out. We've got the sword. It's just that Mount Volcano is a veritable den of monsters. No doubt I'll die before I find it. That's why I figured I might enlist someone so princely in my stead. Of course I'll reward you handsomely, and you're sure to find other treasures there too. What say you?
I guess so.
It's hard to turn down treasure, but you might find something you could use against Luis. Or if not, we could sell it and buy something that is useful. What do you think? Want to go to Mount Volcano and look for this legendary greatsword? Sure.
Much gratitude to you.
Finally given free actions, yeah. You really do it. You have my gratitude. Of course I'll prepare a suitable reward. Not to mention the sword's yours to keep. I just want to see it.
Did it!
Nice. If we can swing it, we get treasure and a legendary sword. Sounds kind of worth it to me. Remember, the great sword is sealed within Mount Volcano.
Let's give it a shot.
I'm pretty sure I've got the sword. Oh, it gives me wisdom.
Let's see.
Mount Volcano was right about here.
This place.
So the greatsword is sealed within Mount Volcano. Actually, wait, we might have it in our possession already. You're serious? May I see it? There you go. It's rusty, but you can see the splendor of the design beneath. Stay right there, I must polish this. Wow, it's so shiny now and so ornate. Is this the legendary greatsword? Actually, no. Judging by the ornaments, this was created well after the War King's time. It's something else entirely. I think at the end, the legendary greatsword is perhaps another myth, and I've wasted another 10 years of my life searching for it. My parents would no doubt laugh if they could see me now. If you just stayed home and tended the fields, you'd been a happier man, they'd say.
What is there to be done?
It's probably time to give up on my dream. I should head back home. The War King is real. Where did that come from? Comes to think of it, you're not so different from the War King. He had a mysterious power to move hearts, and his efforts changed the world. And here's someone doing the same thing, standing right before me. Perhaps a legendary sword isn't so far-fetched after all. Thank you, Kaz. You've given me the hope that the legendary greatsword is still out there somewhere. But first off, I'm due for a trip home. When I've saved enough money, my journey will resume. I want to promise you a reward. Please don't be modest. It's yours. Nice.
Mission accomplished.
Get some money.
All right.
And a little bit of wisdom. Beloved greatsword. It's no legend, but it should serve you well in battle. Just what we need on a journey like ours, wouldn't you say? You say you're on a journey too, hmm? Well, perhaps maybe one day you really will stumble on the legendary greatsword. If you do, I hope you'll come show it to me. In the meantime, I'm in your corner, O future king. Yeah, I'm just gonna run around trying to, like, accept all the quests and stuff.
All right, then.
Oh my god. There's probably more bounties now, right? You want to see the contracts? I'm counting on you, Your Highness. Ooh, there's 3.
That's
Okay.
a rough one.
Much obliged for taking this contract. Everyone else has been reluctant to take it. To leave this place, well, back during a famine, a plan was hatched to save food and involved abandoning the people there and leaving them to die. Of course, it's an antiquated practice these days. Rumour is the resentment of these unlucky people manifested into this monster. But if this creature, the Ordemos, is left as is, it's highly likely it will start to terrorise the neighbouring areas as well. That said, if the superstitions don't deter you, then by all means take it down. What do you think? Will you do it? Let's do it. I knew you'd looked expendable. The place is called the Abandoned Path. Ordemos won't show its face willingly. You've got to get its attention. First, by going after Rigopedia, a type of snake monster. The snake has sharp senses, so it reports any intruders to Ordemos, which steps in to do the fighting. They got something of a symbiotic relationship. Once you take down Ordemos and bring me the bloodstained talent, you get the reward after turning that in.
Counting on you.
The informant should have more details too, but I'm counting on you.
Let's do it.
Aha, okay. Thing is, we'll need to access the forest path by land. Flying's too risky given the volatile weather in the mountains. Okay. Well, that's good, because that lets us fight, Loveless. It gives us a couple of days on the road, too, which, is also going to be useful for us in terms of, There's a site over here, interesting. I need to do some traveling anyway, because I need to finish reading the book. I need to talk to Basilio, and we can do some other stuff on the road too. Seems there's more monsters causing trouble nowadays. This contract will require you to assassinate Founder Sisters, the leader of some religious fanatics. And by religion, I don't mean Sanctus Move and the pagans. It's just some nameless sect out there proclaiming death to be the true salvation. They believe if they die before the world is destroyed, they'll be reborn into a different one. They say the world of today is fated to end, and dying is the only means of rescue. Oh god, this is like the Heaven's Gate. If they kept their delusional fantasies to themselves, it wouldn't be our problem, but now they're attacking people near Grand Trad in the name of salvation. Yeah, that's going too far. They're no better than common bandits. Indeed, security in Grand Trad's bad enough with all that's going on, so this death cult's pushing us over the edge. Some have even started sympathizing with their ideology. By all accounts, it's chaos in Grand Trad right now. So please, for the sake of Grand Trad, end these attacks by ending Bandit Chief Sisters. Later says, thank you. Frankly, there's not a moment to lose. Just between you and me, I heard they got their hands on a secret weapon that can kill people en masse and brought it to their hideout. It's pathetic they've got such a thing under our noses, but the military has its hands full keeping the peace and hunting down monsters. We need you right now. Bring me the Founder's hatchet after the job's done. Deliver that, and you get the reward. Got it. We don't know what we're up against, so it'd probably be good to talk to the informant first. They hold up north of Grand Tread in the disgraced ruins. I'll share the exact location.
Let's do it.
And this is probably going to take us to the landscape thing. Ah, yep. So while we're going past, we get that. You'd think there would be ruins way out here. Just what are they planning in there? It's pretty far, but Fly should arrive before the day ends. I think this is probably the last site, right? Surely. Like, we've explored pretty much the rest of the map.
This place.
Alright, and the final contract, Kokomados, Terror of the Skies.
That's a rough one.
I need someone to defeat the great bird monster Kokomados. And you're probably the only ones who can do it. It's a legendary threat Oceania. They say it's a Cosacardus that's lived for hundreds of years, growing enormously strong as a result. In the past, it's appeared near Brawlhaven. Each time a delegation is formed and dispatched to kill it, but they've all failed. The best they could ever do was wound it, but each and every time it just fled back to some skybound ruins.
I see.
So it flew back to its perfect little hiding spot and no one could chase after it. Until we came along with the Skyrunner. Guess it really is up to us. Let's take it. Thank you. As it stands, the cities on the verge of succumbing to a total panic. In truth, the rumors about the beast are more worrying than the damage it's caused directly. The great monster bird brings plague and famine with it, they say. A plague? Is there any truth to that? It's just superstition, but in this day and age, the panic caused by such rumors could spread instantly like flames across a parched field. The idea of this plague is adding anxiety to an already chaotic situation. A riot could break out at any moment. We've got to stop it. Where can we find this bird monster? You know those mushroom-shaped rocks out in the Brawlhaven Sea? At the top of one of those is a ruin known as the Manor of the Ascendant. Seems the bird happened upon the ruins some time ago and decided to be the perfect nest. It's not just a place. It's not a place that just anyone can get to. There's undoubtedly plenty of danger waiting for you up there. But there are also rumors of fabulous treasure. At any rate, if you manage to slay Kokomados, bring me the cockatrice crest as its evidence. I'll give you a reward then.
Okay then.
At Kokosados, it's lived for hundreds of years and probably got so strong they changed the name. We should probably pay a visit to the Brawlhaven informant.
Let's do it.
This place on a rock, right? The ruins on top of a rock. Sure is weird, huh? We should be able to get there if we fly.
We'll face danger here. All right then.
Let's go.
Goodness. They're giving us all the quests now. What the heck? G'day. Closure, eh? What brings you all into a church? G'day, we should be asking you the same thing. Do I really look so out of place within a place of worship now? Well, yes, I suppose I do. We've lost both His Eminence Ford and Rella. Now the city's overrun with Luis's rabble. I must admit, even I've come to the point where I've lost my way. I dedicated myself to the protection of sanctism, but now find myself without the means to do so. I've become what Rella refers to as the weak. No, based on her words, I've been weak all along, incapable of doing anything on my own. Chief of the monk army in name only, I recognize it now, and yes, even with our leaders gone, I still believe in God, though I know not what I can do to help. I surmise that if I can't stand tall within the church, then nothing would get done. Rest assured, I have no intention of making an enemy of His Highness the Prince either. From this point on, if you require the assistance of the church, I shall lend you my ear. Now then, what may I do for you? Wow, I didn't expect that, but this means that Rella's words managed to reach even someone like him. Nothing that we can purify. Do you sell anything? No. Well, that's cool. So Godot has... He's doing what I expected. He still believes in his religion. And he refuses to give up on it. Oh, Aoife. The colour of the sky really is eerie. No wonder everyone in town is so frightened. We must do everything in our power to return their lives to days of ordinary peace. You know something? I want to go have a conversation with the Sanctists. The only problem is they think of me as their enemy, so I'm not sure they'll listen to me. Let me avail myself of your wisdom, Kaz. What can I say to get through to them when they see me as their enemies? Yeah. So I can't do that yet. I see. You're a bit lost in this too then, Kaz.
Alright then.
Yes, my wisdom's not high enough. Darn it. If only I had a bit more wisdom.
Alright. Where to?
Let's go.
I wonder if there's different prices. Color, I just noticed. What, the spelling?
Don't miss your chance to sell.
16? You know what, let's just do a quick tour, let's see. in all the different towns what the exchange rate is. Is there an exchange thing here? Don't think there is. No. So it's 16 here.
Where to?
What about Brawlhaven?
Let's go.
I think we'll worry about getting the rest of the quests later. I just want to do some miscellaneous stuff.
Greetings. Well,
What do you have for sale? A Stormy Sea Ring. No.
Fancy a look?
9.6. I think Altabury might be the best. Well, it's the best so far for sure.
Alright then.
Let's talk to the guy who sells masks and shit.
This weather is dreadful.
The world belongs to Lord.
Whoa!
Alright, we'll come back once we've decided if we're gonna sell stuff.
Where to?
Where's the exchange here? Is there an exchange here? Surely there is, right? Or is there not? Is there no exchange in this town? I could have sworn there was. No. Alright, I suspect that 16 is probably going to be the best that we're going to get. Either way, I could use the money, so... We'll buy all those masks and stuff off the guy once we get the money.
Don't miss your chance.
Alright, sell 200,000. That should seem alright for the rest of the game, I think.
Alright. Where to?
Let's go.
This weather is dreadful.
The world belongs to Lord Louis.
Whoa!
Can we talk?
Wish there was a slightly easier way to buy all this stuff.
Can we talk?
Oh crap, it says how many we have before we buy them.
Can we talk?
Okay, we have none of them. Yeah, I didn't actually need to buy that other one, I had 3 already.
Can we talk?
We already have 1. I'll buy it. Just having 1 of the mask, I feel like, is probably not that great. So you don't have anything else? Yeah, okay. So we need to come back to you tomorrow.
The world belongs to Lord Louis.
Let's go.
Let's check the beetles. Let's see if we got anything we can exchange beetles for. We've surely gotten a lot of beetles by this point. Ah, I see you've returned. Have you found any gold beetles for me?
There.
Hand them over. Oh, let me see how many. Oh, excellent. Gold beetle delivery. This will be a great boon for my research. Here's what I promise you. Clawbreakers. These are gauntlets so sturdy that even dragon's claws can pierce them. Not that I've seen them in action before.
Oh, wait.
You're really giving us some amazing dragon-related relic again? Did you have a ton of money just lying around or what? My love for bugs is simply so great I engrossed myself in their research at a certain place long ago. Alas, I can only look forward to you collecting them for me. There are still gold beetles hiding out there. If you find any more, please bring them to me. If you find another 13, I'll give you this flame-sealed corselet.
Understood.
Got it. If we find more, we'll bring it to you. With my old eyes and joints, I simply cannot catch them myself. I'm counting on you. How many do I have? There's gold beetles. God, we got all the DLC clothes, because I got the whatever it is edition. I've got 2 gold beetles. It was literally at the top of the list. I just completely missed it.
Where to?
So we need more wisdom to do the quest for Yufa.
Alright then. Alright. Where to?
Yeah, what about Matira? No quests in Matira. How about here? Wait a second.
Where to?
I'm getting really confused now. It says this is a new quest, but isn't this UFO? Oh, there's a different person here. Okay.
Eh?
Have you forgotten me already? Some people know me as the Queen of Cuisine, though I suppose that title is a little presumptuous to use in the company of an actual prince.
Isn't that...
Alright, we met a Matera, used to be a chef within the royal palace. Are you still on your journey to perfect the art of cooking? Correct. I once again have need of your talents, that unique point of view that allows you to create such unexpected and powerful dishes. Oh, here well. During the course of my travels, a thought constantly crossed my mind. In times such as these, what can I cook to ease the hunger of those struggling to survive? I speak of those who cannot afford gourmet cuisine. The most they can hope for is a simple fare, which fills the stomach but leaves the heart empty. Therefore, what the world needs is a dish, while comprised of plain ingredients, brings with it colourful sweetness that brightens the drudgery of everyday life. Oh, that was a hard sentence to say. A dish that's simple yet exciting. I like that idea, but honestly, I have no idea how to make something like that. When I think of food that quickens my pulse, the first thing that comes to mind is sweet flavour. Nourishing lumabes are a must. And so that everyone, from wee children to the elderly, may eat it in comfort. A fluffy texture would be best. I see, so we need to make a dish that uses lumabes and has a fluffy texture. Correct. If you manage to whip up a dish that seems promising, simply return here and tell me all about it.
Let's give it a shot.
I probably cooked it. Oh, it gives us a Lord of the Lake. We actually need that. There, Hermes, you brought a dish with you. I'll need to judge its worthiness, so please show me what you've created. Well, I'm not sure if it's what she looks for. But the food that uses lumabes and a fluffy texture is indestructible honey.
Lovely, that.
So it's the dish you have chosen.
Eh?
It seems you've brought me an unremarkable brownish baked good. I suppose this will do. Allow me to taste it.
What are you playing at?
This is... this is...
I don't know.
Oh no, we made her cry. Is it really that horrible? In days long past, within a kitchen bathed in the warmest sunlight, my mother cooked for me with whatever ingredients she had on hand. The flavour of this cake takes me back. A gentle sweetness to warm the heart, and a soft texture that recalls the innocence of childhood. Yes, this is exactly what I've been seeking.
About that.
So, I guess it's alright, huh? Yes, if I applied the techniques used to create this dish, I should be able to turn any plain old kitchen vegetable into an irresistible baked good. Thanks to you, I'll be able to create what I've been seeking. Cooking what tastes good, is easy to make, and brings happiness to those who eat it. You've exceeded all expectations. As promised, I present you this reward. The gossip surrounding you has been very positive as of late. As such, I've added a bonus to your earnings. Please accept it alongside my gratitude.
Mission accomplished.
We get 30 grand, that's not bad.
Alright.
We get some eloquence, which we don't need. Ah, my popularity's recovering. Meeting you has taught me how narrow my view of the culinary world truly was. I still have much to learn about food, as well as people's hearts. My journey must go on, and along the way I'll teach this new recipe that you've inspired to all that I meet. Someday I hope that my cooking will bring smiles to hungry people all across the country. You can do it.
Eh?
That is most kind of you to say. Of course, I have not forgotten my promise to you. When my journey ends, I still intend to return to the royal capital. Until then, you have your own duties to attend to as well, yes? I should hope that the promise of my delicious cooking will motivate you on your own journey.
If you have a spare moment.
I look forward to serving you. Until that time, I bid you farewell. Godspeed, your highness.
The world belongs to Lord Luis.
Shut up, Lord frickin' Luis.
Let's go.
Alright, let's pick up one more quest. We'll pick up any other quests in like Altabri later. Just talk to this one more NPC. My voice is about to go.
Hello.
Well, going out of your way to talk to a Mastari like me, I admire your pluck, lad. You piqued my interest, so let me share with you something I picked up in a tavern. It's about the old structure called the Forsaken Tower north of town here. It's not a literal number, but instead of symbolic position, yeah, that makes sense. It's teeming with powerful monsters, and none who step aside have ever stepped back out. I heard there's 3 such towers in the world, and apparently the number itself isn't insignificant. Hang on a second. I swear there was a typo with that. It is. They spelled insignificant completely wrong. I looked at it and I was like, that's not right. That's not how you spell insignificant. They're spelled as insignificant. So they've put the N after the if. I don't know. Like, I looked at the word. I was like, that's not right. It's just a small typo. It's not a big deal. Anyway, to look at you an elder with a fairy in tow, you wouldn't happen to be the hero who saved the island, would you?
Now what am I
In
to
that
do?
case, I think there's something in particular you should hear. Consider this top secret. Apparently there's some sort of legendary monster at the top. I have heard it's got something to do with a trial for obtaining a forbidden power. That's about all I can tell you. Anyone who's looked into it hasn't survived to tell the tale. But considering you dealt with the dragon god and saved that island, if a forbidden power is real, I'd want it to go to a hero like you. I've no doubt the chief would agree, so I leave it to you to see if the legend rings true.
Cheers, eh?
If you want to dive a little deep into the trial, try the informant at the tavern. I can get a lot of my information there.
Let's take a moment to prepare.
Oh, 9.5 difficulty,
Please,
okay.
if there's anything you can do.
The more you risk, the more you stand to gain, I should hope. I'll be shoving off now, though. Best of luck out there.
Alright.
A forbidden power in a forsaken tower. Fun. Should we check it out? Yeah, so we're gonna have to go back to all of the towers and redo the, basically redo the towers to, get all the quests and shit. I don't know what I'm saying. So I've got quite a lot of, requests now, but there's still more that we need to get. But I definitely think what we'd start with... I think next time where we pick up is we'll pick up the rest of the quests, and then I think we'll do the bounty, this one. Because we've got some stuff that we need to do when we're traveling anyway, so we may as well do that. And this is the lowest difficulty, so this probably is where we should go next anyway. Alright. I do wish I'd maxed out my stats already. I probably should have at least my wisdom should have been maxed out already. Imagination, I've already got the plan to max that out. I just need to read the book one more time and that should be it. But we've got 30 days. So we've got 30 days. We need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 12, 16, 18 bonds. So that's... So we've got 30 days, there's 60 segments, and we need to spend 18 of these doing bonds. We should be right, I think. Because some of these, like Basilio's next one and Neuris, we'll be able to do while we're on the road. So that's saving some time, and I think I'm stressing a bit too much about this. I'm pretty sure we've got enough time to do everything. Because I don't want to miss out on like finishing a bond, you know, because we're so close to finishing them all, except for Basilio. We're nowhere near with Basilio. But either way, I think we'll wrap it up there for now. So that was a really like heavy stream in terms of everything that we got through. We've unlocked. I keep clicking the wrong buttons. We've unlocked all of like the. So we've unlocked the Prince class. Where is it? Prince. Here. Which seems really powerful. So I'm looking forward to using that a bit more later. But I do want to finish Soul Hacker first, because I want to unlock this skill here. Emerald Vortex. So it deals extreme wind damage to all enemies ignoring resistance. I want that on my character, basically. And even Heat Riser might be interesting to have. But Prince is really interesting, how it lets you use any synthesis skill at any time. I think that's really cool. But yes, we will wrap it up there for now. There was a lot of dialogue and a lot of lore in the stream, but it looks like we're finally going to have some free time to just get stuck into stuff. So we'll leave it there for now. So I'll catch you all at the next video of the next stream, and I hope you really enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.